Good afternoon. I want to say something about the place where we are, and then something about the day that we are on, and then I'll read my comments. I spoke here in 1990, before it was legal for Israelis to speak with the PLO. We would go on academic conferences abroad and not speak to each other in public, but, third person. And Rabbi Marshall Mayer, one of my heroes, invited us into this synagogue to speak, Palestinian and Israeli Jewish women. So I'm awed to be able to speak here again after so many years, more than 50 years of activity. Today is Rosh Chodesh Nisan. It's also the yahrzeit of my great-grandfather who died a natural death in the Swamnik ghetto. He even had a funeral. The rest of the family went up the chimneys of Belzec. But this is also Eid Saeed wa kul am wa intu b'khair. And this is also the 30th of March, Yom HaAdama, where in 1976 there were riots as a result of massive Palestinian Arab land confiscation in the north of Israel, particularly in Sachin. And it's an important date also for us, those of us who really care. What I have to say to you actually is if you remember how we started this morning with Rabbi Blau, I come from religious Zionism, his brand of religious Zionism, and what I have to say is like adding on, taking it a little further. Zionism is a revolution in Jewish identity, from victimhood to a people, which is a historical subject with responsibility, among other nations who share the same responsibility towards their respective citizenries and towards each other. In other words, Zionism means joining the modern world order of democracy. If Jews demand not only individual civil and human rights, but also the collective right to self-determination, Jews must acknowledge these same rights to others, including Palestinians. Unfortunately, most Israeli Jews today have not undergone this necessary identity conversion. They perpetuate the mentality of victims who have acquired military power, used to take unmitigated and irresponsible revenge on their enemies. Zionist responsibility requires that we keep the army for defense only, tzva hagana liYisrael, and avoid war crimes, ethnic cleansing, apartheid in the occupied territories. It means that the litmus paper test is how that Jewish nationalism deals with the non-Jews inside Israel and around it, i.e. the Palestinians and the Arab world. Just as the Dreyfus affair served as a litmus paper for France at the time, the need to choose between the values of the Ancien Régime, monarch and church, and the values of the revolution, liberté, égalité, fraternité. We have to choose now between the type of victim with weapon takes revenge Jew and the type of responsible sovereign person and state within the democratic world. All of this is well put in Israel's Declaration of Statehood, the official title of the 1948 document. A, the Jewish people belongs to the land where it established its national identity, not by army, king, God knows what, no, by the composition of the Book of Books. which is a national asset as well as the gift of the Jewish people to the world, of particularist as well as universalist value. B. World War II is not only about the Shoah and the need for a safe haven. It's about the Ivri, meaning Zionist community, joining the free world of the future UN in the battle to defend freedom and justice against evil in the world at large. C. Equal rights are declared for all citizens of the state, including the Palestinian Arabs, including joint economic development of the land for all, including those outside of the Jewish state. D. In the midst of the bloody attack on the Jews in Palestine, we offer peace as our vision for the future. How beautiful. How forgotten these days. It also means that as far as the public sphere goes, in law and national policy making, the only Judaism that can be Israel's civil religion, I borrow here the Jean-Jacques Rousseau terminology, the only kind of civil religion we can have is the Judaism that is compatible with democracy. It doesn't matter if it's secular, atheist, ultra-Orthodox, doesn't matter. Modern Orthodox Reform, it doesn't matter, as long as it is compatible with democratic values. I believe that the small Emuni is not only about prioritizing the return of the hostages of the continued war, it is also about propagating a democratic state of Israel at large. I will finish by saying something about my decision to wear this dress today, at the risk of being accused of cultural appropriation, which I understand is very big in this country. I bought this dress in a village in Mesafer Yatta, because I go there with the Mahsom Watch women. For the past 20 years, we've been going there, and recently, the situation has become so horrible that we, against our better judgment, we end up bringing food to those people whose livelihood has been totally destroyed. Bringing staples such as rice, oil, sugar, you name it. And when I saw a woman sitting there embroidering, I immediately bought this dress from her. I think that as Jews, we have to, in Hebrew we say lehanchiach, to make present, even if they're not in the room, we must make present those who are the most destitute of the earth. And I don't know, minimally, I wanted to put that woman here with me on the stage